Tonight, the Southwest Conference showdown in the hills with the nation's top-ranked Houston Cougars visiting the 4th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks in Southwest Conference basketball action. Good evening, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist along with Abe Lemons, and we'll have Steve Mark along to join us a little later on. This is a rather special night for Southwest Conference basketball, Abe. #1 against #4, first time that's ever happened.
Big game for both teams. Houston wins, they win the conference outright. Arkansas wins, it's a tie. It is a big game.
You know, some here in this part of the country have really hyped this and said it's the biggest game in conference history, but one can't forget there's the NCAA tournament and the conference championship down the road.
Well, I think that's true, but winning the conference is really more important than winning the tournament as far as I'm concerned. I think most coaches had rather win the conference than the tournament, although they'd like to win them both.
Houston has never won here, but if they win tonight, they will win the conference for the first time. They are 14-0 in conference play. Arkansas with that one defeat that came at the hands of Houston back in January by 15 points. Then come the Aggies, TCU, SMU, Texas Tech, Baylor, Rice, and finally the Texas Longhorns. Here's the UPI top 5. Houston on top, trailing by Virginia, one of the two teams that has defeated the Cougars this year. Louisville is #3. Arkansas 23-1 for the year, 24-1, and then Villanova is #5. These two teams feature some outstanding players. Let's take a look at some of them. First of all, Darryl Sky Walker. He is now in his senior year, was just honored here before the game by this crowd of nearly 10,000.
One of the best defensive and offensive players that's in the league and has been in the league. He's with the triplets who used to play here in that caliber.
He's out of Chicago, has really matured as a player. He's now a senior, and he's joined in the starting lineup by Joe Klein, who's come on very strong in the latter part of the year.
Well, he's played well at home. He's had a hard time on the road sometimes, but they're going to depend on him heavily to stop the inside game of Houston.
And the assist leader for the Arkansas Razorbacks is Alvin Robertson, #21. You will see him involved in the play all night long. Now, the Houston Cougars feature a fraternity that's a rather special grouping. They call them Phi Slamma Jamma. Elijah Wan, Mishaw, Drexler, and Young. Here is Clyde Drexler. He's a strong candidate as a junior for Player of the Year in the Southwest Conference. Hasn't played that well, Abe, against Arkansas, however.
Well, you can't ever tell how they're going to play, but he's a very good player. He set out a great deal last time, and they won without him. So there's no telling what will happen if he gets in there from the start.
The real solid player in the front 5 for Arkansas, or rather for Houston, is Larry Mishaw, the only senior.
I think he's the backbone of the ball club. He holds them together. He doesn't get all the publicity, but he's a very good player. By
the time he is through, you all will know how to pronounce his name. It's Akeem Abdul Elijahwan, the 7-footer from Lagos, Nigeria.
Great player. I've watched him practice twice. One of the quickest big men I've seen in a long time.
And he has improved tremendously through this year, has he not?
Well, his shooting's improved a great deal in his overall gameplay.
Michael Young, one of the consistent front 4 for the Houston Cougars. He's only a junior also, and another player out of Houston.
He's a lefty. He'll have his hands full with Robinson guarding him tonight. That's going to be one of the big keys of this ball game.
So there is Phi Slamma Jamma. They are #1 in the country. Arkansas is #4. Settle back. This one's going to be a dandy. It's Southwest Conference basketball from the hills. We'll be back with the starting lineups in a moment. Rocking with the sound of 10,000 right now. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both the Houston Cougars and the Arkansas Razorbacks. For Houston, Alvin Franklin will start at point guard, a 6'2 freshman from Lamar, Texas. He is joined by Michael Young, a 6'6 junior out of Houston Yates High School. Akeem Abdul Elijahwan, the 7-foot sophomore from Lagos, Nigeria. Larry Mishaw, 6'9 senior, the steadying influence on the team. And Clyde Drexler, the forward, who stands 6'7. For Arkansas, Darryl Sky Walker, 6'4 senior guard from Chicago. Alvin Robertson, a junior 6'3" guard. Joe Klein, a transfer from Notre Dame, 6'11 sophomore. John Snively gets a starting spot tonight. He's a 6'5 senior. And Leroy Sutton, the other forward, is a 6'6" junior. The head coach in his 27th year at the University of Houston, his alma mater. He's hiding back in there, chewing on the towel, no doubt, is Guy Lewis. And here is Eddie Sutton now in his 9th year. He's the man with the perm, Abe, and he's done a heck of a job here.
Well, he's super coach. He's done a great job. All you have to do is look around and tells the story.
The officiating crew tonight, 3 members of the Southwest Conference crew. That is James Burrows right there. And he will be joined by Moose Stubing and Dale Ford. And up in the corner, that is the Hog Wild Band. There, look at the officials again. Burrows, Stubing, and Dale Ford, and theirs is not an enviable task tonight.
Tough place. If you look around the floor, there's not even any place you can run up and down without tripping.
As Franklin brings it across the timeline, guarded by Darryl Skywalker. Walker bats it out of bounds and draws a foul, and Sutton is up off the bench.
Well, you can look for that all night, no matter what the call is. He's very good shooters, good outside shooter, a little kind of surprised.
Michael Young, turnaround jumper, too strong, and a foul underneath again. This time on Michael Young of Houston.
Good call.
So to Darrell Walker, we do not have a score yet in the game. We played 52 seconds. This is Joe Klein, the transfer out of Notre Dame. Back four, rejected underneath by Elijah Wan. So when these two teams played back in January, Franklin underneath, Elijah Wan, cross control, Klein to the rebound. Walker on the run, fills the lane, bounce pass underneath, Sutton, no good. Again, the press by Houston. Walker.
Well, Walker's so fast, it's going to be hard to press him. You're going to have to slack up and give him some ground.
Arkansas draws first blood. The bucket comes with 18:25 to go in the first half. Alvin Franklin underneath Mishaw. Good. We're even at 2-2. Number 20. Franklin from way outside. Too strong. Robertson rebound. It's a 2-on-3 break right now. He'll take it to the hoop.
He was pushed. He didn't give a signal of the charge. Usually they point the other way, so I think it was a charge.
I couldn't hear what he said.
Don't throw anything on the floor. That's a good idea for the night.
It's a madhouse. Out of 8 for Houston. Underneath, Elijah Wan gets it. 4-2, Houston leads.
Well, he's tough inside. If he gets the ball inside,
7 rebounds a game. Block shots 135 for the year.
Well, in practice, I think that's what you have to go by is how well he makes a pass. He makes 2 assists. It's just assists being in, and I get
4 points, and Houston a 6-2 lead. Skywalker.
You got to pay attention to him. He's got
in player of the week in the conference last week on the bench with 3 early fouls. Here's the alley-oop attempted, but Joe Klein comes down with it for the Razorbacks. Troy Sutton, Snively from long range. Chris Myers, Elijah Wan, another rebound.
Yeah, we got that one up above there.
And Sutton getting on the official again. Here's the long jumper. Look at Walker get up. Walker will take it in. Did he walk or is there? Oh, they called it on Geddes. Has been expanded twice. The first time up to about 6,500 and now at about 94, but there are more than that here tonight. Walker gets 1 of 2 at 6'5" Houston.
Oh, because of that 100 to 6 win-loss ratio.
Klein, too much. Larry Mishaw gets the rebound. Boy, it's tough when you have to go over a 7-footer who can jump 2 feet. Here's Drexler. Elijah Wan gets the dunk. Country who keep track of dunks, and he got his 46th. So timeout has been called. We'll see if both teams can crank it up offensively. They've been somewhat erratic thus far. We've got 11:45 remaining in the first half of play. Elijah Wan has given Houston an 8-5 lead. Defeats in his Arkansas career. Field goal percentage has been atrocious so far. Houston 27%, Arkansas 18. Houston is 4 out of 15. Freshman number 23. Here's Sutton. Walker playing down in the post now, and he gets it. He's amazing in that he can play out or in.
You've got to make him
6 points, and he only had 4 in the first half.
He's almost non-existent right now as far as the offense and the defense goes. I say he's moving around, but
Elijah Wan.
You take yourself out of the game, and you don't really know why. You keep waiting for something to happen, and you have to make things happen.
Elijah Wan with 8 points, 10-9 now. Interestingly, here from the corner, too strong, and Drexler with a rebound. When you mention the 4 stars of the Houston team, you talk about Drexler, Elijah Wan, Mishaw, and Young. None of the 4 in their career are averaging in double figures against the Razorbacks. None of them.
Well, that's really surprising. And they've had some high scores. It's amazing they haven't had some bigger scoring nights.
Matter of fact, Mishaw had 26 the last line. 6-11 5'11" sophomore. And a steal by Drexler.
Well, he took it off the freshman.
16-6 from the corner. Clyde Drexler gets one, his first of the night.
First shot, first basket. He has a great bench. He's probably deep as anyone in the conference at almost every position.
Charles Ballantyne gets his first on his first shot of the night. And tenacious defense employed now by the Arkansas Razorbacks. Here's Anders off the glass. No foul call. Basket is good. Walker back to Norton. Now Ballantyne from the left side. Too strong. Klein rebound. Taken down. Foul underneath. By Arkansas, but decided to go as a freshman to Notre Dame.
Well, I tell you, when you go laying out a year, it helps.
Benny Anders, rather, 33. Oh, nice move, but a little too strong left side. Battle for it. Anders moves around, gets it in.
Well, a lot of things going on there. The referees are looking over at the coach, asking him to help him, but I don't think he can.
16-13 with 5:50 to go. Another turnover for Arkansas.
Very hard to get the ball inside on Houston. They have the long arms, and they're back in there at the free throw line. There's Franklin hits one right at the top of the circle.
And that is the largest lead of the night for the Houston Cougars, 18-13.
Every once in a while, they'll try for a steal. He won't.
Darrell Walker, rebound again for the Houston Cougars. Anders, just a 2-on-4 break. Will he take it with no help? He does. 6 points for Anders. His high for the season is 15. By the way, I've got greetings to you from an old legend in the coaching game, Frank McGuire in South Carolina.
Well, he is a good friend of mine. We spent some summertime together. Were you on a ball game with him?
Saw him last Saturday night. He and his wife, Jane, hosted us for dinner. Abe, I know he and his wife are watching tonight. He said they were going to. And there's the shot taken from the left side by Olajuwon. 5-8 for the season and not a bad year for Bill Foster and the bunch. Underneath, Darrell Walker, whistle before the pass, and another foul called underneath.
SR for Houston.
That's right. Walker at the line again. This one no good. Rebound. It's good.
We had him screened out, but he decided not to jump. No one blocked him. Got him on the arm.
Nope. Freshman high school play. No good. Houston ball.
That's how.
Alvin Franklin turns around, drives to the lane, puts it up, stolen, but then Anders gets it back. What a move to the hoop.
There's no technical on that. Coach Sutton's asking for a technical, but it's not a technical when you're bounced inside. If you get inside, he gets hit right here, which gives him a right to hang on the goal a little bit.
That's the difference then, because he was hit?
Yes, if he's bounced, he can hold on to the rim to save himself.
For Darrell Bedford, he'll give it off to Darrell Walker. 24-17, just under 4 minutes. Pass underneath, line, rolls around, Olajuwon. The line is 2 of 2 thus far, and for the night, he's hit 6 points.
Regret that later on. A low-scoring game, every point missed, every turnover.
One of the few times tonight. Drexler across the timeline. We'll pull it back to Reed Geddes. There was no traveling call, though the crowd wanted one. Now a whistle underneath, away from the ball. He's hitting almost 60% and only 54% from the free throw line, but he gets cross-court pass. Anders will drive, puts it up, got it. 10 points for Benny Anders. March to the NCAA Final Four when he hit those 10 straight free throws against Boston College at the end of the game. Drexler off balance shot goes.
Very tough shot. He catches the ball with his back to the goal.
Snively from long range. Gets it. Willie Cutts is getting ready to come back in. 131 dunks coming in. They've had a couple tonight. Here's Walker. Boy, did he do a great job of using his body then.
You cannot crowd Walker when he hits the ball. Once you crowd Walker with the ball.
Point margin could be cut to only 5 now if Walker can convert the free throw.
First time Guy's been off the bench tonight, but he got up on that one a little bit.
Here's Young. Steal. Robertson. They can cut it to 3. Snively. Walker. Baseline. Rejection. Foul. On Drexler.
Inside of him, they keep crowding him. You cannot crowd Arkansas. You got to ease off of him.
What had been a 10-point lead is now 3 with a minute to go.
Fouled, regardless of how insignificant it might be.
Geddes is at the line. His first free throw tonight. Missed it. Drexler rebound. Drexler shot good.
Failed to screen out again on the line. It was a good jumper.
Lead with under a minute remaining.
And has 2 original starters in it.
Tried the alley-oop. It was a little too strong. Shot is up. Foul call.
But you're going to get caught.
Darrell Walker at the line. 46 seconds to go. Nice edge here. The home team edge. 100 victories and only 6 defeats. You realize that is better than the record posted by Kentucky, UCLA, Louisiana, North Carolina, Indiana.
Probably put together.
Yeah. If Arkansas uses it, lead to a running game.
Yes.
Anders again.
He didn't touch it.
Anders again.
Fell on his own guy.
Well, mark down the number of 33 and the name of Benny Anders, sophomore, out of Bernice, Louisiana. As Eddie Sutton has one final word for Moose Stubing. Anders scored 12 points at the 34 Arkansas Houston put on the board. And the Cougars have a 34-27 lead at halftime. Halftime with our score, the Houston Cougars 34 and the Arkansas Razorbacks 27. And we're just about set for the second half. Vern Lundquist along with Abe Lemons. And Abe, I'm a little bit surprised at Arkansas hitting only 33%, 8 out of 24 in the first half.
Well, they're hurting their shots. The big guys inside intimidated them just a little, but they're picking up. I think the thing that happened, they went to a press, it loosened them up a little bit, and I think that's why their percentage started rising a little. It was quite low early in the game.
Field goal percentage 33 for Arkansas, and now Houston has improved to 53%, helped in no small measure by Benny Anders, 6 out of 7 in the first half. Free throws, 33% for Houston and 73% on 11 of 15 for Arkansas. Rebounding edge still goes to Houston. Turnovers relatively even at 9 and 7. Both teams back on the field now, on the court rather, and a crowd of nearly 10,000 gathered here. I don't know what the final crowd will be, but they do love it. Now let's go to Steve Martin with a Cougar fan who's in dangerous country here in Arkansas. Steve?
It is an endangered species here. One of the Houston fans peppered throughout the 9,500 Arkansas folks or so. You're from Houston. What's your name?
My name's Mike Souther.
Are you afraid for your life in this crowd?
Well, we came in a group of 4. They're really not as wild as we had expected. We have good seats, and they've been real nice around us. So we're feeling better about the second half.
All right, Mike. Good luck to the Cougars in the second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now back to Vern Lundquist and Abe Lemons.
All right, Steve, I admire him. And he's having a good time, and that's what it's all about up here. This is a heck of a collegiate atmosphere, isn't it?
I wonder if that kid's driving my pickup.
For those of you who don't know, Abe had a little problem in Houston the other day. What exactly happened?
Oh, I gave a speech after home builders at the Marriott Hotel, and I came out to get my car, and somebody had stolen it, my truck. I didn't think the speech was that bad, but my truck was gone. New Silverado. There goes my fishing car.
Well, folks in Houston, if you took his car, have a little pity. The man needs it. He's not working right now, but he will be next year.
I looked around the campus here, drove by Coach Sutton's house, just kind of looking around, but I didn't see it.
Nothing to do, What do you said an interesting thing to me a moment ago, that despite being down by 7, your gut hunch is still that Arkansas is going to come back and get very much in this thing.
Well, I think they will. They're a second-half ball club. They picked up the quickness. They found out they can press Houston. A lot of teams that press themselves can be pressed in return. Arkansas has found that might be a weakness. I don't think the Houston guards can outrun the Arkansas guards. I think they can catch them from behind by the time they get down there, and it remains to be seen. But Houston is a very good ball club, but Arkansas is still very much in the game.
Interesting stat at halftime. Arkansas has hit 11 of 15 from the free throw line. Houston has hit 2 out of 6. David Moore of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram went back over the stats on free throws here at Barnhill and found that on an average, Arkansas shoots 10 free throws more per game than the visiting team. They make 6 of them. This conference is strictly forbidden. Clyde Drexler goes left, puts it up. Elijah Wan fouled, I believe, by Joe Clyde.
I believe that's his 3rd foul.
Is indeed.
Goes inside. Klein just puts his hands on him and then muscles him out after he shot. I don't think he had a chance of making a goal. Conversation for the last 30 seconds.
Elijah Warren gets a second, and the conversation continues. Somewhere, there's a game being played, although I don't know if they were aware of it.
Eddie's down, kind of looking things over.
Elijah Warren gets 1 out of 2. Houston now 3 out of 7 at the line. This is Leroy Sutton to Alvin Robertson, who had 3 fouls he picked up in the first 5 minutes. John Snively, number 25. Underneath to Clyde, playing now with 3 fouls. Good pump fake, and the shot is good.
Had a strange situation on the zone, and have Drexler playing in the middle, Michaud and Akeem playing on the outside, which is a very odd combination.
Here comes a semi-press from Darrell Walker. Let's check the lineups again now. First for Houston, number 21, Alvin Franklin. Left side, Leroy Sutton, the junior, number 33, underneath the climb. Bounce pass goes awry. Contact under there, no foul call, however. And Walker says, slow it down. Long jumper, Snively.
He's due. It's about 2 for 7.
Young across the timeline, and now the crowd is really pumped up. That'll quiet him. And the foul is called. It will be a 3-point possibility. As the foul, the basket will count.
There he comes down. Moving a little bit. You got to watch those guys' feet when they set that pick down there. You got to, if you look, he's moving while the man's in the air, and you can't do that.
Penetration by Robertson. Foul underneath on Clyde Drexler.
Side shot, they're coming in. Man reached in, ran under him just a little. Quickness is paying off for Arkansas.
Clyde Drexler. Short. Drexler rebound. Drives the lane. Michael Young, right-footed shot. Rebound, Michaud.
Well, a man on the floor, you shouldn't call that. Every time somebody jumps, someone's going to be on the deck. Houston's a great rebounding ball club.
15 minutes to go. Houston with 4 players in foul trouble of sorts.
That's not the shot that's really going to beat you. The hand in the basket's one right there is the one that's going to carry you up in the long run.
Drexler open underneath. Gets a great pass and lays it off the glass.
For some reason.
Underneath Joe Klein.
Klein's right under the basket. He's got him backed up almost out of bounds because Akeem is so used to blocking shots that he's going to play behind him. So no matter how deep Klein gets, Akeem will be behind him.
The largest lead of the game was 10 at 29-19. It's down to 4 again. Here's Elijah Warren. Got it. I just am amazed at how much he's gotten improved over the last year. Klein. Back outside, almost stolen by Alvin Franklin. Jumper. No good. Rebound, however, by Sutton. Good.
Michaud misjudged his
Leroy Sutton, 4 points now. Off the glass underneath Larry Michaud. And again, it's teeter-tottering back and forth. 6 to 4 to 6 to 4.
Just throw it in there, Tim. He's going to cause someone some trouble.
Oh, here's a steal by Franklin. One-on-one, Walker behind him. He may have traveled. He did.
Well, he rode the ball up just a little bit. He rode the ball. Walker caught it on the heel of his hand and caught it and rode the ball.
NCAA Southwest Conference basketball will continue with the score. Houston 45, Arkansas 39. This half, Walker back to Snively. He's hot. He'll try it again.
Not as far out as it looks. They're sinking way back. I think you could crowd him a little bit more. He's not that.
Clyde Drexler, backdoor play. Young gets it. Nice pass from Clyde Drexler.
Young was running the baseline.
Underneath it goes to Leroy Sutton. Elijah Warren underneath, too strong, but a foul on Michaud. That's number 4 on him.
You don't really have anyone. He comes baseline, and Michaud has to take him. The big guy let him slip by. Means he's got a chance of hitting this one.
2 out of 3 for the night. This would put him at 50. Missed it.
Out the road.
Ruined the stats. Walker, what an off-balance shot that goes.
Would have been goaltending anyway. It's a great rebound. Those 2 points they gave up.
3, just under 13 minutes to go. Geddes over and back. Eddie Sutton with the fair catch. Right in front of us. A little little fun here at Barnhill Arena in Fayetteville, Arkansas. NCAA Southwest Conference basketball will continue with the score. Houston 47 and the Razorbacks 43.
Moves around, moves to the other side, where he's going to get about a 15-foot jumper.
There's the first one that doesn't go in this half, but Elijah Wan. Oh, traveling underneath.
Arkansas bench goes crazy.
Ball underneath to Elijah Wan, and it's going to be stolen. Here's Darrell Walker on the run, and he controls it without traveling. Snively underneath the Klein. He'll turn around and Elijah Wan puts it up and in.
The big guy's playing behind him too deep. He's going to have to front. He's getting
Steal from Drexler. Snively, who's been hot in his half. Klein with a rebound. Offensive board is up short. Klein again. Drives. Elijah Wan. Fourth foul on Elijah Wan.
Elijah Wan is just a little bit, I think you guys have to travel up and down the floor. He's playing against two centers. He's working both down and done quite well this second half, as he did the first half.
Missed them both, however. Oh, my gosh. Yes, it is Houston's ball. It was touched right off the thigh of Larry Mishaw.
For that.
There's a steal from Drexler. It's a 2-on-3, and Clyde hammers it home. That'll make the highlight reel.
I think if Walker had taken the charge earlier, but he did move on him and he turned to the side. You can't do that. You got to take it right in the face if you're going to take it. But he moved on him and moved with the play.
Drexler is second in the team with 41 dunks.
They win. He's got to come to life down this last 10 minutes. It's going to be up to him.
He's got 11 points tonight, which is
Timeout Arkansas.
And a timeout has been called. And with the score, Houston 50 and Arkansas 45.
That is a player turn it over.
Anders with a near steal. Here's Robertson from outside, too strong. Anders with a rebound. It's a 1-on-2. Now he's getting some help left side. He pulls it up, lays it off to Young, who is hit and makes the basket. And Robertson draws his fourth foul. And he gets the three-point play. So since it was 47-45, we have had back-to-back three-point plays for the Houston Cougars now from Clyde Drexler and Michael Young. Ricky Norton, number 14, to Joe Klein.
They're giving Klein all kind of room inside. Really playing great tonight.
Michael Young, out there. Tip is beautifully knocked in by Larry Mishaw.
Tough around the basket. They're not making the shift, and that has to do with them being tired.
There they go. They lay off him again. Of course, Mishaw is playing with those 4 fouls, Abe. He can't afford to get too close, can he?
You can keep him from bumping up. You can bump him in the lane a little, make him go back. You come right up the middle, catch the basketball on and score.
Anders. And he draws the foul, I believe. Yep. Anders' speed has been was 47-45. Underneath, too much. Tipped in.
By Klein.
Go. Here's Larry Mishaw, who is playing with 4 fouls. A steal from Snively. Alvin Robertson, a 3-on-2 break. Robertson chases the hoop and is fouled.
Great corner. Kind of a careless mistake on Larry's part. He comes down, the guy's still moving. Actually, he kind of got flipped on it. Tried to get out of the way, but he didn't have time.
He got in foul trouble early. He's 2 of 2 thus far, gets the third. Substitution, Akeem Abdul-Elijah is going to come back in the lineup with 4 fouls. Franklin, Houston has its starting 5 back in there. Drexler with 3 fouls, Mishaw with 4, Elijah with 4, and Young with 3. 54-57. Franklin takes it up, plays it up, left-handed, rebound, Joe Klein.
Big guy.
Snively. Seconds, John Snively's 10th point. Draws within 1, and then Michael Young counters immediately from the baseline right.
Kind of a hustle shot. You know, if you're playing defense, you're going to let side. One guy drives.
Steal Elijah Wan. They almost had Sutton free on the baseline.
Great hands.
Franklin. Drexler. Too much. Elijah Wan with a great rebound.
Went all the way out. They forgot to screen him out. He is a great tipper.
Ready to go.
Beating Arkansas off and they'll wire right back again.
I thought we'd have a goaltending call then.
There goes Eddie.
Eddie thought so too. Underneath, Elijah won. And it's a 7-point lead.
What happened to Arkansas? They're still complaining about the goaltending. And
6 by Houston, 4:11 to go. Elijah won. Boy, he's got the fire in his belly now, Abe.
Could call a foul right there. Watch it.
Drexler.
I don't know what that means. Here he comes. The guy's moving inside. You must hold your ground. You can't move on that guy.
Basket is good, and the charge on Drexler.
That's a bad call. That man's moving. You must stand your ground in there. You can't back up. You must hold your ground or get out of the way. Back on these Arkansas guards.
Michael Young. Short.
That guy wished he hadn't shot that one.
Good quick move by Robertson, but they're going to call it on Drexler, and that's all for him. He fouls out.
Up the floor. Had his feet planted, but maybe he didn't give him enough time to turn. If the man has your back turned, you have to give him one step to get to it.
Glide draws the foul and sits on the bench. Timeout, 65-56. We've got 3 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in Fayetteville. Second leading scorer for the year. This is the first Mishaw rebound. 3.5 to go, a 9-point lead.
I think they'll try to score if they have an opportunity, but they're going to have to watch it. Us carrying the ball.
Walker to the basket, puts it up. In mind that Houston is not a great free throw shooting club, but they're not bad at layups, and there's Benny Anders with a season high.
Well, the big guy's awful tired inside Klein. He can't go after that pass.
At the half, 4 in this half. 67-58, Snively again.
Because they're going to double team him. Another thing is that
Michael Young draws the foul from Klein.
well, the block. Have to take a look. He's close in there. He can't see the feet, but he did move and he turned his back. You have to stand in there. You cannot turn your back on that guy, and the official does not have enough room in there to really watch.
Won the battle, I would think, for most of the game with Elijah.
Basically, they need a quicker man in at this time of the game anyway, so that's not really going to hurt him that much. He is awful tired. He's had to go the whole route.
3-point play and a 10-point Houston lead. It's now at 10, 70-60 with 2:05 to go. And if you look back, I think the 3-point plays by Drexler and Young, both steal, stolen back by Robertson. Takes it to the hoop and is fouled by Elijah Wan. That'll be all for the big guy from Nigeria.
It wasn't his night tonight.
I don't think.
Let the little guy come inside, took a swat. He just wasn't alert inside as he's been. I've seen him play some great games, but tonight has not been one of his better games. They've gotten hot, scored a number of rash of points within a minute or less in the game. That doesn't really look good for him right now.
Houston, 23-2 for the year. And a foul will be called on Robertson. That ought to be it for him. With Alvin Robertson, who got in foul trouble early.
Ball running around, but that's the difference of being a veteran. Anders probably the best game he's had this season.
18 points, and he's only averaging 5 points a game. His Willie cuts from long range. That'll miss everything. Mishaw, it'll be a Houston victory, apparently. Underneath, Geddes. That's Reed Geddes' basket. And a 13-point lead, the largest of the night. Be only the 7th defeat for Arkansas in Barnhill since Eddie Sutton came here 9 years ago. It will be the first time that Houston has won, and Anders is going to get the foul underneath. The tournament and the championship game in Dallas at Reunion Arena on Saturday the 12th. In Dallas.
Arkansas people will pick those up.
In a hurry. Tip, no good. Anders gets it. Only the second time this year.
One thing, the fans don't ever get to see this very often.
Only the 7th time in the last 9 years, and twice before it was Abe Lemons who was on the coach's bench in Texas. 79 and 81. They've only lost 4 conference games here in 9 years.
Looked like it's going to be a close game, Vern, when we first started. It really looked like it's going to be a real tight, close ball game, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Houston breaks it open. You might get him again sometime.
That's right. They see him in Dallas, right?
Hey, these 3 guys have been cool tonight. With anybody, they visited with everyone, called a good ball game, and certainly was not bothered by anybody, the crowd or anyone else.
54-64, 48 seconds left. Basket from Darrell Walker. 74-66, 37 seconds to go. Foul in the backcourt, John Snively.
I thought they were a superior ball club, but Arkansas had a couple of deficiencies, but I didn't really feel that way. I felt Arkansas had a real good chance of winning this ball game.
Geddes gets his own rebound, 30 seconds to go. Here's Michael Young, doesn't get it. Mishaw over the back, that'll be his 5th foul. Eddie Sutton
wore out a pair of shoes tonight.
Mishaw out with 7 points, and that's 19 down from his effort the last time the two teams played. Right with 6 points, 4 of which have come at the free throw line. He misses on that one. Michael Young with a rebound. Backcourt foul on Willie Cutts. So the win streak for the Razorbacks, it's also 11 conference victories in a row on the road, which is pretty.
Those other guys been up running around, had nothing to do with the team. Guy runs the team, he coaches the team.
Michael Young, it bounces 4 times, it doesn't go. 20 seconds remaining. Darrell Walker, not there. Benny Anders. Down court, they'll have to chase it to keep it in bounds, and Alvin Franklin does. Now Young back to midcourt, Reed Geddes. 66. It's going to happen for the Houston Cougars. The Cougars have won for the first time ever. And they have also won the Southwest Conference Championship for the first time since they became members in 1976. 523 for Guy Lewis in his 27th season.
You don't hear a lot of cheering, though, do you? It's a great game. It's a great win for Guy. He's been around long enough. He's been around long enough. I always think old guys deserve it.
So there will be a celebration in the Houston locker room. They finished the conference season with 15-0. They win at Arkansas for the first time. Our final score again, the Cougars 74 and the Arkansas Razorbacks 66.
The little guy. Anders lays it in. 12 points first half. He'll lead the Cougars. 18 points overall. Second half, Young to Drexler underneath. Michael Young finishes with 14. Drexler to Young on the backdoor play. Clyde with 13 on the night. And Eddie Sutton not thrilled with the whole thing. Drexler steals it. Watch this play. Watch this play. Clyde's going to put this one on his Betamax. Boom. All the way for the stuff. 2 3-point plays. And I'll tell you what, the officials did a good job. They called a close game. 2 of these 3-point plays in a row put it away for the Cougars. Young drives, and he's fouled there. That's a 3-pointer, 70-60, and the party was over for the Hogs. Cougars win the Southwest Conference 19 games in a row.